Hi Cancer, happy birthday as we wrap up your season here, and welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-July 2023 love reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridging the gap spread. And the way it works is I look at the past, present, and future energies between you and a man of interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards as well for some additional insight. That's where bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, and on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that away, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have Magic. So for some of you, at least initially in the past, you might have felt like this person had all of the traits that you were looking for. So I feel like you might have felt right off the bat that, okay, this seems like a fated connection, right? Maybe you felt like they had everything that you were looking for. And for some of you, might have even felt like you manifested the connection in some way. All right, past energy on their side, we have the Devil. So what stands out to me here is we see the spotlight over the person. So I feel like this is saying that the main thing with this person is they really might have liked attention, right? So for some of you, might have actually that might have been what drew you to them initially. Maybe they were in the spotlight in some kind of way. But even if that's not the case, I feel like this is saying that at the very least they felt like they were very much in a mode where they wanted to receive a lot of attention and maybe not necessarily give anything back, right? As far as we see their back is turned to the cards on the side. And like I said, we see the spotlight. So yeah, might have felt like this person, for example, it doesn't have to be anything too bad, but let's say if you were constantly complimenting them, right, maybe they weren't the type to give you a compliment back, things along those lines. So you might have felt like it was a little bit one-sided in that regard, but you still felt the draw to them anyway. All right, present energy on your side, we have the Eight of Cups. So this is a Pisces energy here, and it could just be saying that you might have found, maybe for the very reason that we were talking about, right, you might have found yourself looking for something more fulfilling, right? So maybe you felt like, okay, we even see that one cup there, looks like it's hollowed out, right? So you might just feel like, okay, I feel like I'm the one putting all the love into this connection, right? You might feel like it's not necessarily being reciprocated. So for some of you, this could just be saying in the present, you're actually considering walking away from the connection at this time. All right, present energy on their side, we have the Emperor and the Four of Wands. So these are both Aries energies here, but really what stands out to me is, again, we see body language wise, we see the back turn to the cards on this side somewhat, but with this Four of Wands beneath it, I feel like this is saying that underneath it all, underneath their exterior, they might actually really crave something like that, a traditional committed connection, but at the same time, there's a bit of a stubbornness on their part that makes it hard for them to give back in a connection. So it's like they like the idea of it, but actually executing on that could be a bit of a struggle for them at this time, at the very least. All right, future energy on your side, we have the Six of Cups. So usually this is an energy that points to reconciliation. This is a Scorpio energy, so it could just be saying that maybe after a bit of a time apart from this connection, you might actually reconsider and want to come back into the connection with this person. What always stands out to me with the artwork in this particular deck is that we see the Four Cups off to one side, and then on the other side of the water there, we see the Two Cups along with the two people. So if we think of that Four of Cups energy representing a time of stagnation and not necessarily feeling happy with what's on offer, compared with the Two of Cups we see there, right? So it could just be saying that this represents the time you might spend apart, and in doing so, you might actually appreciate the connection more. All right, future energy on their side, we have the Five of Wands. So yeah, I'm getting a similar theme here with this person again, because we see they have those flowers behind their back, right? Like they're looking to present it to someone. But again, there's multiple people in the picture there, right? So like I said, it feels like it's one of those things where on the one hand, they really do want the traditional commitment, but at the same time, they're just really drawn to the pull of just getting attention and possibly from multiple people. So even if they don't intend on acting on that attention with other people, it just seems like it's really something that feeds their ego. So that could be the main obstacle with the connection. All right. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Seven of Cups. So this is actually a Scorpio energy here. And of course, usually represents energy of confusion, not necessarily seeing the situation clearly. But for some, you just could even represent what I was saying, where you might, during the time that you're apart from this person, you might find yourself still thinking about them, right? Because it looks like that person might not physically be in the room with them. So it could just be one of those things where even if you do step away from the connection, you might feel yourself pulled back toward it. And that's not too unreasonable, given that we do see the devil energy in the past there too, because that can represent those karmic types of connections that have a really strong pull to them. All right, and bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Ace of Swords. So yeah, like I said, it feels like this is just really a struggle for them when it comes to. I feel like there is some genuine desire on their part for these types of connections, but to actually communicate those feelings, right? To actually be in those feelings and tell you how they're feeling seems to be like it's really a struggle for this person. So seeing this at the bottom of the deck could just be saying that for some of you they might actually overcome that, but that's what I see with that. All right, now we'll move on to the Oracle cards. First, we'll see what we get from the Messages of Love Oracle cards deck here. I'm just looking for a single card here of general advice. Oh, got one there. And next we'll see what we get from the Wisdom Oracle deck. Same situation, just a single card with general advice. And let's see what comes up. Almost have one there. I'll give it a few more shuffles, and if nothing comes up, I'll just put the deck down and we'll pull a card that way. Yeah, so just give me a second to put the deck down. And like I said, just give me a few seconds to tune in and we'll pull a card. All right, we'll take this card here. And let me get the rest of this out of the way. All right, so first we'll see what the Messages of Love deck has to say. Okay, we have vulnerability. It says you can be completely open with this person. So really, in a way, I feel like this would be a message that would resonate more for the person on this side, right? Just because, like I said, it seems like they do have those feelings, but for whatever reason, they seem to really struggle around actually expressing that, hey, I actually do want something deeper, right? So it seems to be a bit of a toxic trait of theirs that they hopefully will shake, given that we do see the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck, but that's what I see with that. And to be fair, I guess on your end, if it's more of the energy on this side, it would be more of letting them know, like, hey, you know, I feel like you're not really reciprocating in the situation. All right. And for your Wisdom Oracle card, we have the Tribe. There's the artwork, and the number is 8. So we'll see what that has to say. Okay, it says you're discovering the essential qualities that you share with another, and perhaps also those you don't share. There are times when you follow and the other person leads, and times when you lead and the other follows. The appearance of this card points to the importance of learning the proper dance between you and another. Accepting the truth that everyone has flaws is part of that dance, yet you are being asked to be aware of the dynamics that you don't want to repeat. You're in the perfect place to make changes in order to experience the best version of who you get to be together. So yeah, definitely a positive message there. And yeah, like I said, maybe this is just one of those things where you might pick up on their patterns, right? And like I said, for some of you, it looks like you might even step away from the connection for a while, but it looks like through the course of that separation, you might actually um, find that you appreciate this person maybe more than you think. Like I said, on their end, it looks like there is some genuine desire to have a more traditional thing, but they seem to really struggle with just expressing their feelings and being more vulnerable in that regard. So, hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there. Once again, happy birthday, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.